Welcome to Center Heist Productions. Please hit the like, subscribe down below in your right hand corner. Muchly appreciated. Very basic title tonight. Nothing to be excited about. I just didn't like what I seen. So please hit the like, subscribe. Help the channel grow or try to grow an integral channel. And review the games for you. Give you some insight of what transpired. Tonight, not good. All right. So as the title says, basically 4-1 LA Kings. We'll give you the stats first. 1 goal apiece in the first period. Second period, the Kings scored to go ahead, and they added 2 more in the third. And yeah, that's that part. All right. So yeah, David Bridich made 26 saves. So he did well against the Habs. 3 stars. Lafreniere, 1 goal plus 1 for the Kings. Byfield, 1 assist plus 1. Lane Hudson -2. And he played 30 minutes and 5 seconds. That's quite a bit of time. Okay, so scoring summary. 7:02, Justin Barron gets a nice wraparound goal, assisted by Cole Caulfield and Nick Suzuki at 7:02. 18:20, Mickey Anderson scores, assisted by Vladislav Garavik and Adrian Kemp. That was at 18:20. Second period, it was Lafreniere, assisted by Jordan Spence at 1:37. Pretty quick goal. And Alex Turcotte. 17:02, Andreas Englund, assisted by Quentin Byfield. 17:02. And at 19:12, Adrian Kemp, assisted by Vladislav Garinkov and Anze Kopitar, empty net. So that was your goal scoring. Shots were 32-27 for the Kings. Hits were 35-20 or 34-25 for Habs. Faceoffs 32-22 for the Habs. 0-for-2 for the Kings on the power play. 0-for-5 on the power play for the Canadians. Penalty minutes 10 for the Kings, 4 for the Habs. Giveaways 12 for the Kings, 13 for the Habs. Takeaways 6 for the Kings, 9 for the Habs. Block shots 12 for the Kings, 19 for the Habs. And yeah, so there was penalty shots in this game and everything. The first period started off all right, and you can definitely tell when Matheson went down in the first period. We lost Mike Matheson, upper body injury. They're saying we don't have any word yet how severe. I didn't even see it happen, truthfully, so not really sure where it happened. And I knew something was going on with the pairings changed quite quickly, even before it was announced that he was gone. So you could see the pairings were switched up, and that's when they started having problems. Because they were doing all right at the beginning there with the way the defensive pairings were in the beginning. So, yeah, it was... yeah, Savard, look, at the beginning, him and Jack were doing fine together, and Hudson, Hudson looked fine for. They all had some moments of weakness, though. There's no doubt. Hudson and Gooley looked good in the beginning of the game when they were together, and then Matheson and Barron, it didn't look too bad. Barron had a stronger night which was nice to see. But overall, The defense made mistakes, but like I say, once the Matheson thing happened, we just did not generate enough offensively. Very bland looking style of play. I'm still not impressed with line one whatsoever, to be quite frank. Yeah, they're chipping in the odd goals, but I expect way more from this line. Slav's got to start. Love the kid, and I don't like to be on his case, but he's got to follow through with his hits. Just not come up to give a love tap. He's got a big body, and when he was hitting last year in the second half, he was following through with his hits. He's got to get back to that. Complete your check, because I'm sorry, he's not doing it for me. Yeah, he's got some nice passes, um, but and he screens well in front of the net. Oh, on our power plays, he does that well, but as far as on the boards, he's not looking half as good on the boards as he did in the second half of last season. Suzuki's not impressing me overall either. Caulfield, there's nothing really standing out with that first. The first two lines are just not doing it for me. Um, and that's not to say that they're not working. I'm not knocking them. Like I say, you can tell line two is just not clicking for whatever. And again, it looks like Doc made such a beautiful setup to Newhook, and he missed it with a cross ice pass in front of the net. And I still don't know how he missed that. However, I think that's a lot of what the problem is. I still said I would have tried some different combinations on line two. We keep going with this three, and I just don't think. But then again, what can you say? I just think I don't know. I think the bottom six are playing better than the top six, to tell you the truth. I can't knock Dvorak, Gallagher, and Anderson's play there. Yeah, Galley's really made me happy, and Dvorak played a strong game. Um, Anderson played all right as well. He was, he started to fade off in the second half of the game, though. That's my only thing with Anderson. He started off the first half good, and then after that, I nothing outrageously to knock him other than he kind of disappeared. But then line four was excellent. Yeah, it was Evans. Sorry, Evans, Anderson, and Galley. And they were working really well. That was probably the best line. And then it was Dvorak and the two youngsters, and Dvorak and Heineman. Heineman had a really good game again. He was taking the body, and Dvorak played hard. Um, Kapanen played all right. Had some spurts, would we say? But he's young, so it's going to take some time, I think. However, I wonder if I still say where you can tell he's got a good skill level. I'd try him online too, just to see how it would go. I wouldn't even mind trying both him and Heineman online too, just to see. Because they got to do something with that line too. It's just brutal, and line one's got to wake up. Just not thrilled with their play. I know Sam didn't look as sharp as game. He did in Toronto with Toronto. It's kind of coming down, but he stopped nice. You know, um, they gave them a penalty shot, and he made the saves when he had to keep them in. There's just no response um, with the lines defensive pairing changes. That just seemed to throw Montreal right off. And it's not like anyone in particular had a bad game. I just think they were all went off course once Matheson went down, and that's not a good response. And so like I said, I know Monty wasn't as sharp, but I wouldn't put the blame on him. Um, just there's 0 for 5 back to the power play problems, and they looked all right on the penalty kill. But I don't like their gapping. When you look at those goals, a lot of long distance goals, and it's because they're leaving too much time and space for those defensemen to fire and make a play. I've been saying that all along. This defensive system, and that means their forwards, because I don't find the forwards pressure the points enough. I just think their gap control is the issue. They're just leaving the opposition far too much time, and they should be really putting the pressure on them. And really, this just comes back and it just solidifies that defensive system needs to an overhaul because it's not working. Now we're um, 5 games into the season. I got to see, who do we play next. So with that being said, it was just a boring game. Um, you know, close for the longest while, and then we just seemed to, as we tried to come back, we just seemed to fall apart even more in the third. The same old trend, and we're gonna have to learn how to get better defensively. And um, there was breakdowns from all the defensemen as well. So you couldn't. There's just no standouts in my books tonight. Sorry, and that's just the way I see it. Um, just didn't see any major standouts tonight. And I think, our we know depth and talent with the Habs up front is a major problem, but these youngsters in the back can't, evidently are having problems. As good as they're supposed to be in the future, they can't play this system, nor can their forwards, because their forwards are leaving way too much time and space. So all I can say is Montreal's got a clue in and this defensive system. It's not working. It's not going to work. You fall apart at times. And like I say, just seemed like certain guys played better together. And once, like Matheson went out, it just threw everything into a bit of, when they went down a defenseman, it seems to really mess things up. So 4-1 was the final. I hope there's a better performance because, uh, like I say, Galley, I'm proud of Galley because he stands out for who he is, and give him credit. He's been one of the better players this season. Hyman has been pretty darn good too. Those two really stand out the most, and Jake Evans. Tonight he had a better game because I didn't find his last game all that, but this game I found much better. But he was not bad. There's the whole team's just not playing well together. There's no cohesiveness or any chemistry. It's just the way it is. So that being said, that was it. Uh, Not a lot to be talking about. Just not impressed. We need a spark of something. Something needs to change, and here goes the woes on the power play again. And I do not see why. They started moving Hudson, of course, to the first power play, but I think he should be there permanently, and that's just my thought. If it's not working, you got to make things work. So that's it. We got the Islanders next on the 19th, which is Saturday. Um, we go to Long Island, and that should be interesting. Patrick Waugh, I'm sure, will have his team ready for us. He'll want to make a statement with the Habs, and so nothing's going to be easy. It's not going to be an easy game. So thank you for joining me. You've seen it here at Center Heights Productions. Like I say, Habs go down 4-1. Not a lot to talk about. This defensive system just doesn't work, and like I said, it seemed like they just lost any of. They were okay in the beginning of the first for a while there, and then it just seemed that the sails just went out. The air went out of their sails, I should say. So thank you for joining me. You've seen it here at Center Heights Productions. We will catch you in the review of Saturday night's game, and let's hope there's something exciting, because to me this was a dull game, very dull. I just could not get into it. It was a sleeper, and yeah, it is what it is, and we got big issues to fix in that defensive zone. and our power play still needs work big time. Tonight it got shut down. So thank you for joining me. Remember to hit the like, subscribe, tell your family members, share it with your friends and your family as we try to grow the channel. And yeah, thank you very much. Leave your comments. Tell me what you thought of the game. For me, it was a sleeper, and nobody particular on defense was the worst guy. It was just they all kind of fell at a sink, and too many chances, too many breakaways, and again, coverage wise, blown coverages, and yeah, things got to be corrected, and too much gap. The gap spacing at the point's got to be corrected. The system's defensive system has to be overhauled. Thank you for joining me. We'll catch you in the next one. God bless.